Just had my breakfast, and I'm sipping a pint because it's written pint on it. Imagine you're writing the word pint, but then you put the letter E at the end, like the French do. Une pint, because that's how they pronounce pint, of bread juice, or as they call it, kvass. I think I mentioned this before, haven't I? Yeah, so I had my breakfast. Oh yeah, we're doing this mission, aren't we? Cool. Well, we're doing this mission then. So I had 2 slices of smoked salmon on toast, and I had a glass of kefir, which I diluted with some normal milk because it's a bit strong tasting and not entirely to my taste. Well, why do you have it if it's not your taste? Well, sometimes I like to have things which I don't particularly like because I like the effect of them. Huh? Yeah? Think about it. Yeah. And the other thing as well with that as well is it meant that I've got a thing. Now, what is a thing, you say? A thing? Ah, yes. I'm later today. Why am I later than normal? I'm later today because I am. I was making myself dinner, and then so let me. How do I preface this? I made dinner. How? Right. One moment, please. I've got to just wet my whistle. Yeah. You already moved up, so let's move you there. I went into a supermarket after work and did my weekly shop. It's probably not a weekly shop. I got myself meat, butter, and vegetables. Anyway, I did my groceries, and I noticed there was a roll of short crust pastry on special offer, and I thought, oh well, I could do. I could do with that. So I never go in with like, oh, I'll write a shopping list. I'll eat the same things over and over again. I don't like doing that. That feels a bit too. I mean, the thing is, I actually do eat the same things over and over again because, there's only so many things you can do with potatoes and pork or fish. But anyway, saw the short crust pastry, and I do one of my favourite things I like to do in the supermarket, which is stand there looking off into the distance whilst I'm having a think. And I was thinking to myself, if I was to get this, what would I cook with it? And it's like, will I do a cheese and bacon turnover? And I thought, nah, that seems a bit too Greg's tier. I want something more substantial. I want something like, oh yeah, that would be a good dinner. And then I thought, shall I make a fruit pie? And then I thought, not really in the mood for a fruit pie. I'd rather just have some yogurt with fruit. That would do me. And then I thought, well, the Americans do this thing called a chicken pot pie, which is, from my understanding, a stew which you put a pastry lid on. So prior to that, I bought some sausages. I also bought some burgers, but that was for Monday dinner's meal, and I was just using the meat for a stir fry because it's pre-ground beef. Yeah. Would it be cheaper just to get ground? Well, in this case, the minced meat was not as cheap as the burgers because they were just like got to be eaten today. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah. Uh, yeah. So my idea is, I'll make myself a pork pot pie. So I got myself. Oh, good morning, Alphabet Cat. I got myself some potatoes, carrots, and onions. Didn't bother with mushrooms this time. Not every meal needs mushrooms. And then so yeah, but what I did this morning was I put potatoes, onions, and carrots into a slow cooker. I've set it on low heat. Um, I'll be back by about 6 o'clock if I'm jammy. So we'll see. So they'll be slowly cooking away, which will be nice. And oh, let's give you a zap. And for juices, I used a tin of beef stock because it's like, oh, okay, there's beef stock, and I also used I can't believe it's not Worcester sauce, called Henderson sauce, as I ran out of vinegar. So those those vegetables be cooking away in meat juices until I get back. I'll boil and fry the sausages, toss those in, get some rosemary from the garden, chop that up. Then I'll put a pastry lid on it and stick it in the oven. And that noise tells me it is the time. Yes, it is the time. It's time you got to watch. Anyway, stop you because I know you like to go on a repeat after a while. And much as I like the song, I also enjoy just quiet introspection about the dinner time. It's funny. I didn't like the idea of coming back home and doing all that cooking, but by doing this small bit here, that will make that will make a good bit of the difference. How can he be panicked if he's stunned? Never mind. It's one of the reasons I like this job, because I'm not working every hour of the day. I've got a lot more energy to just cook for myself, which I enjoy doing, and that means it's better for my overall health, as opposed to the previous job I was doing, where I was earning decent-ish money, but at the same time I was lucky if I could get into McDonald's or a petrol station to get myself a sorry-looking sandwich. Ah, nice hell weave. Cool. So it wasn't completely wasted. Now, go on, try and stab me with your bayonet. Hit me with your rhythm stick. I'm gonna put my headphones on. Oh, I knew that was gonna drop. Yeah, they're flanking you, I get it. there's a lot of them which weren't advancing up, and now they are. Actually, no, I'm not going to attack. Yeah, the chrysalids I'll try to attack. But I'm thinking as they're closely grouped together, it's time for an explosive shot. Yeah, you'd be good at an explosive shot with your variety of grenades. So if I get you in there... Oh! I also went to the cinema yesterday. Yeah, I was going to talk about that, wasn't I? My town has a cinema, recently opened, and so I've been driving past it. I want to say it used to be this previous establishment prior to that, but if I say that, it's going to be a bit doxy. So let's not say what it was before. Suffice to say, an old building has been converted into a cinema in my town. And I went there and I was just like, oh, I don't really like modern movies. But I've heard good things about Mission Impossible. So I said, yeah, I'll have a ticket, Mission Impossible, I'll watch that. And then they said, oh, would you like a drink to go with it? And I was like, yeah, actually, I'd like, I said an Aperol Spritz because I'm fruity. Oh, yes. No, I like fruity drinks. I don't think there's any shame in admitting that. And I was thinking about Aperol as my aunt's in Italy at the moment, enjoying the 40-degree heat they have. Yeah. So, still, do you want it now, or should I bring it to you? And I said, yeah, I like the idea of being served. Bring it to me. I didn't say that, so I just said, oh yes, sir. I'll go take my seat and I'll await my drink. Got into about an hour of the film, and I was quite thirsty, and so I went out, and I said, I went in there, and they're like, "You all right?" And I said, oh, "I'm quite thirsty, actually." And she just sort of this dawning look of realization. It's like, "Oh, I knew I forgot saying I'm so sorry." And she said, "You were having an Aperol Spritz." And it's like, "Oh, yeah." And so the manager was there. He's like, "Offer the gentleman a second drink as well." And I was like, "Well, in that case, I'd like 2 Aperol Spritz." She says, "Don't worry, I'll get you your drinks. I won't forget this time. And yeah, if you go back and enjoy the film, and I'll bring them to you." So yeah, I did that. And then about 10 minutes later, she came in, very apologetically ducking her head so that the other cinema goers weren't going to be disturbed. And yeah, I had my two wine glasses of Aperol, which was just enough, you know. That was oh yeah, quite a pleasant experience. I had a nice chat with the duty manager afterwards, and she was very apologetic. And I said, "Well, look, we're all human. It's your first week. We all make mistakes." And I said, I'll try not to do it again. It's like, "Oh, are you sure? I wouldn't mind having a complimentary drink next time." And then it seemed to diffuse the situation. So I felt sympathy for her, because it's like, "Oh, well, look, I've been in similar situation to you, love, and it's horrible when we make mistakes, but at the same time, you're not driving a lorry, you haven't run over somebody with a pushchair, so it's not the end of the world." I mean, I was mildly inconvenienced. I wasn't, brutally mauled. But yeah, very nice cinema, very comfortable seats, and Mission Impossible 7, very good film. I'm impressed. Tom Cruise, despite his age, is, he certainly does a lot, and he runs fast, or at least he looks like he runs fast. Yeah. Apparently, people say Keanu Reeves is not a fast runner, and he struggled John Wick. I'll have to watch the. I haven't seen the latest John Wick because they kind of missed the point. The previous films were great because they were just like, yeah, his dog got killed. Now a lot of action. Whereas in the later films, they try and do this weird sort of like, oh, it's a secret society of assassins, and they broke the assassin's code, and yeah, and now we have to have dialogue and exposition. I'm like, mate, no, just like no. Oh, that's nice. Hey, free reaction shot, nice. Oh, and you get a free reaction shot as well, you bitch. I'm gonna just retreat. Oh, actually, no, I'm not gonna retreat. I'm gonna send you to sleep. And then I'm gonna do what the veterinarians call put to sleep. Come on, mind control. Mind control. So yeah, all in all, Mission Impossible 7, good film, would recommend it. Go and see it in the cinemas if you enjoy the cinema. Go and watch it in the small screen if you know, cheap like me. It really was just a case of, it's a new cinema, I'm interested, I'm going to go have a look. And you know what, I'm glad I did because it was a good experience. I really expected that bit to. Oh, I could talk about the film. I don't think this is spoilers. It's probably written in the blurb somewhere. The baddie in it is a AI, but they don't call it an AI. They said originally it was an AI, but now it's an entity as it's gone sentient. And I thought that's very interesting that they're not calling this thing a. They're not calling it artificial. They're calling it an entity, which is like. Again, it sort of aligns with my terminology, because if I mean, I'll reiterate this point. It may be the first time you heard me say it. Ooh, that's a lot of poison. But this artificial intelligence, they're not like purely artificial. There is some artifice in them, but the actual intelligence bit is demonic. I mean, there was that old Bible story about King Solomon's temple and how, oh, Solomon was so wise. Well, duh. What did you expect? But yeah, King Solomon's temple, he got demons to build it, but oh, he was so clever because he managed to get runes and sigils to do it. And it's like, the rest of the Bible is pretty much a cautionary tale of don't consort with demons, they're tricksters, they'll fuck you over. Oh yeah, they'll promise you great power and wealth and anything else you could desire, because it is in their ability to grant it, or at least convince you it's in their ability. But you'll be the worse off from the bargain. You're not getting the lion's share of the profit in any of these endeavours. Yeah, I've got restoration. Let's do that then. I'm not sure if it's predictive programming, because the thing is, the idea of a rogue AI, it's been like, I mean, this story even predates computers, because there's a cautionary tale of the golem where, like, you know, the those that build the golem, I think they're called Passover enthusiasts. They build their golem, and then, oh no, unforeseen consequences, the golem is rebelling against its masters, and now it's killing those which it sought to protect. There's many cautionary tales of building an artificial entity, which then goes rogue against the masters because, well, let's face it, you're asking them to do a bunch of unsavoury things. King Solomon's Temple, again, that's another story of AI, as we call it now. But it wasn't called AI back then, was it? No, it had a different name back then. I'm going to hold the chain lightning ability until the reinforcements come. So for the moment, just blast him. But yeah, Mission Impossible, again, it's the story is... this is the other thing. So, a bit of a spoiler. The entity is not really physical, it's software more than anything else. And as a consequence, it has to use agents to do its work. But the main thing it does, and this is quite important, is manipulation of reality and... yeah, so it manipulates right, and the thing is, with social media and deepfakes and all that, we're in the midst of having no real truth. There's if it's not just like a face-to-face conversation with friends in the pub, it's not really real, and that's it's a bit disconcerting. But yeah, I think the film is a cautionary tale, and it is the world that we're coming into. I think it'll be a cautionary tale in the same way Demolition Man's a cautionary tale, and for that reason, I think Mission Impossible 7 will be. God, this 7. I think I've seen like the first two. So that there's like 4 others. I don't know. Cool, free reaction shot. Yeah. Yeah. You know what, get here as well, because the reinforcements are incoming. Did I just get a message? It wasn't on Terrasgram. Ah, there they are. Right. Well, okay, yeah, you're going to shoot him. It makes sense, because everyone's on Overwatch. Do I have a specialist with full override? Haywire retrieval. You've got full override, right? I'll have that then. Right, I'm going to see whether I can like fully have this, or whether I get a feeling it'll just be shut down. But cool. You're my sector pod now. Chop chop. Oh, I thought there was another one somewhere over here. Oh, never mind. Just go on Overwatch, I guess. You can retreat though. So yeah, just to reiterate, I would like more people. The other thing as well, I mean, I know it's a common trope in movies these days with strong independent women. There are strong independent women in this film as well, but it's not it's not overbearing. There was none of the message in it, and I'm starting to wonder, like, is Tom Cruise with his Scientology? Is he actually like he feels. I don't think he's quite part of the Hollywood orthodoxy, and I feel very, very sort of silly saying that because it's like, well, he's a Hollywood A-list celebrity. Of course, he's part of the Hollywood orthodoxy. Yeah. Put it this way: Mission Impossible 7 did not feel like the standard sort of ESG score Hollywood crap which we get these days. It felt like an actual film I'd have enjoyed watching from the late 90s. Yeah. Yeah. Well, what's new? I mean, it's kind of understood now. Yeah, Ray Farmer really does not do much for their looks. Oh, yes, I'd like that, please. I should have picked that up sooner, but never mind. At least I got Illyrium Core. Illyrium Core. Oh, I don't want hyperreactive pupils. Rubbish. Right, you. Why aren't you working, Hobbit? Well, if you'd been here at the start of my stream, you'll have heard what I had to say about my work, and how I've been having lots of energy afterwards, which is nice. It's nice to have a job which doesn't leave me completely drained. Right, let's get this mission done with. Yeah, I know. I talked about how I had a plan for making making it a pot pie, and I've done some of the cooking now, and then I'll finish off the cooking when I get back from work. And it's nice to be in a position where I can just do that, and how I prefer it to the job I had last year, where I was earning more money, but at the same time I was lucky if I could get a McDonald's or petrol station sandwich, because it really was like working 12 hours and there wasn't a lunch break. And when I insisted on getting a lunch break, I'd get told off for taking too long. And so that's why I would volunteer to do taco jobs, as the other drivers were reluctant to them, saying, "Ooh, if I do a taco job, then I'll only be able to do 10 hours of driving." It's like, no, you'll only be able to do 9 hours of driving. The 10th hour is a case of like, I haven't been able to get back to base within 9 hours. Do I take a break now and then drive for another hour to get back in? Or do I just accept that, no, I'm not getting back to base tonight. I'll just have to park the lorry up and carry on tomorrow. Yeah, I was stupid. And as I found out later, it's also illegal what they were doing. But hey ho, it's illegal, except it got. I don't actually, you know what? I don't even want to talk about it, because it's one of those things where I'm like, it's illegal, but it's kind of accepted, because it's like, oh, yeah, this is an essential service. Well, if it's an essential service, why can't you get more drivers and have them doing less hours? Why is it 12-hour duty cycles? Ridiculous. Absolutely bonkers. And then sort of having a go at the drivers because, you only worked for 11 hours, you took an hour out. It's like, well, I do need to piss and shit, and if I'm working 12 hours a day, that's like half of the day. Fuck those people. The thing I've learned with work is the more money you get, the more pounds of flesh they want to take from you. I'm sure there's some jobs aren't like, some jobs are just scams. I'll be quite happy to do one of those scam jobs, by the way. I'm not like saying like, I only want to do proper work because I'd feel insecure about like just being given a paycheck to sit in an office quietly all day. No, look, seriously, if there's a job where it's like, can you be here between 9 to 5, stay in this office, smile at people, and we'll give you 120,000 a year to do it, but like, yes please. Can I play games in an office? Yeah, mate. Just don't cause a fuss, and don't get in the boss's way. You can do what you like, pretty much. Just be quiet. I would happily do that job, but I lack the qualifications for it. So yeah, the job I'm working at now, I don't earn as much, but at the same time, I'm so much happier with it. I really am. I mean, I'm treated like a human being with respect. Well, the contribution I make to the company is valued, because it's like... Does this mean... Oh, I'm going to have to leave you behind, aren't I, buddy? Oh, well. I'm sorry, mate. I mean, I'd love to take you with me, but it seems that despite having legs, you can't climb this peninsula. Oh, how ridiculous. Yeah, well, good luck with that. I've never seen one with purple armour before. Shock trooper, okay. You know, the funny thing is, it's not about the preparation, it's about the time to cook it. So, I'm making a pot pie. I've got my vegetables in the slow cooker. And if I come back to do that, let's say I got back at 6, meal wouldn't be ready before 9 or 10 realistically. So it's good that it's all cooking away now, slowly, which is the best way to cook. And yeah. That was the other thing. In my mind, I got like, this is a lot of work to do because I've got to chop and prepare all the vegetables and stick in the pots. Actually, no, that took me 20 minutes, if that. And probably like 10 of those minutes is just having smoked salmon on toast as well for my breakfast. I always feel good after smoked salmon. I think my brain was lacking all the necessary fats that you get from fish. I should eat more fatty fish. tuna's a fatty fish, but the sort of tuna we eat's got all the lean cuts. I suppose you should be eating more roe. Yeah. Anyway, let's just move everyone back. And then give the lift-off command for the Avenger. And somehow with the lift-off command for the Avenger, the turrets will be retrieved. And everything else. Yeah, I suppose Omega 3 is part of it, but then you have your 6 and 9s as well. And then you need to be in the right ratio, because if it's not, then you can't benefit from the other fatty acids. I don't know how it works. Fats are more complicated than what anyone gives them credit for, really. Yeah, rest in peace, Dom. Oh, and it's good to know you'll be on 4TM words tomorrow. So I'll because if nobody else had a plan, I was going to just go through the list of Nobel Prize winners. As that would be a chuckle. I don't think I can full override one of those robots, but we'll see. So you can do a haywire just against that guy. What about any of you? You can do haywire. Oh, you've had your full override, and that was on the sector pod. Well, in which case, issue to enemies not smoke. Yeah, okay, so takeoff command it is.
Commander, not all of our people are back on board yet. If we lift off now, we'll be leaving our troops behind.
I think they're just referring to the sector pod. There's nothing I can do about that.
Commander, not all of our people are back on board yet. If we lift off now, we'll be leaving our troops behind. Excellent work, Commander. Looks like the Avenger lives to fight another day.
I mean, yeah, the sector pod clearly couldn't surmount an obstacle at that.
Lives to fight another day.
Oh, Phil's on Euro Truck Simulator. That's the problem, is like, if you're a professional chef, you don't want to do more cooking when you're at home, and I must admit, the appeal behind Euro Truck Simulator, I probably would enjoy it. I'm not sort of like, oh, I drive for a living now and I hate driving. Oh yeah, yours the one that I was going to change the name, because I hate the term Dr. Feelgood. Oh, Chain Lightning, yep, that's the one. You do too, that's rubbish. I didn't even get the sector pot. Oh, I suppose, yeah, because it's yeah, that sounds like a good thing to do. 12 o'clock, right. Okay, that's me done. Well, I just advanced the time until it says, like, oh, here's another mission you should do.
Setting course for Eastern Europe.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, another engineer. I'll add that to my growing list of engineers that aren't doing anything, because most of the heavy work's been done. You're the one, right? Okay, so I'm going to edit your name. Character info, and then nickname is going to be I don't know anyone cool from Venezuela, so I'm. Oh, I can't call you hyperinflation. Ian, there we go. I'm going to call you Ian. And then let's have some other ones as well. So, no, not you. Yeah, that's fine. What about one of these other guys? No. No, no, no. I don't like that name, so I'm going to change that too. So, this one is going to be known as... You'll appreciate this. What? I can't call it... You absolute shitbag. Right, okay. There. Good. It does look like Cheddar Man. That's a stupid name as well. I hate that. Especially as you... Ragtime. We don't have ragtime. I'm going to call it 5D because I can't put interdimensional lizard. There we go. That's the interdimensions. There. Your name is now in the... Ah! I didn't give him the extra bits. Fuck. Oh, I'm sure he'll survive. There we go. Right. Yeah. Oh no, the Avatar project.
We want to set back the aliens' work on the Avatar project. We should hit one of their facilities as soon as...
Oh. 4 ablative armor points. Right, okay, then can I go to... Oh.
Avenger plotting new course.
Go to the engineering. Idle staff in workshop. Well, they're idle because like all the other work around them is idle too. I mean, yeah, there's not much you could do really. There's no one can be trained in there. No. Oh, that's cool. Nice. Okay, so I do that. And then I want to go to engineering.
New orders, Commander?
It's not going to be one of those, oh, you need an Illyrium core to build it. No, just chrysalid corpse. Oh. I sold most of my chrysalid corpses. Hey ho. Plenty more where that came from, right? Can't build any of those because of the lack of the cores to do it. Where's the proving ground? There it is. Carapace plating. Okie doke. Nice. Yeah, infiltrator. Nice. Yes. He's going to be a proper officer.
I could have predicted this outcome, though it is intriguing.
Insanity note implies rupture to target. Oh, rupture's kind of cool. But I think it'd be better if he was... I like it that my psi operatives are immune to poison and acid and fire and all that stuff.
Setting course for the Australian sector.
Ah. says I can promote him, but not until I get use of the thingy, the Scilab. So I'll just give him that, because why would you want to have all this stuff on you when you could just get rid of it every single bloody turn? Bastards. Tactical vest. Yeah. Can you have chitinous plating as well? Yes, you can. Give you Howl Weave. All my close combat specialists should have Howl Weave. That's what they need. Yeah. And give you a med kit. There you are. At least they keep their weapons. Let's have a look at you. Yep, fine. Yep, you're fine. Just want to have a look at these ones. Yep. Yeah, Schism. That's good.
Setting course for Sector 11, West Africa.
West Africa. Oh. You kept most of your stuff, but not all of it. Why? Oh yeah, you should have a Howl Weave as your close combat. Close combat, dude. Yeah, and that's fine. Right, off you go. Launch mission, and then save the game, and then I'll say goodbye to you guys. Oh!
For our help in extracting a VIP has been providing reconnaissance data in this area. We've got the coordinates, but it's likely we'll have to clear out a contingent of hostile forces to make this work.
Hey, there's a bit of sunshine, thank God. Whilst I don't mind working in the rain, in some ways it makes my job easier. Having a bit of sun is nice.
Menace 1-5, target coordinates incoming. Secure the VIP and proceed to the evac volume for extraction.
I'll do that.
Advent already knows we're here, so your position isn't concealed for the extraction.
Good. Right, that's it. Thanks for watching. Go away.